Okay, hi everybody. This is Donna at Vince's Gourmet. Today I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to make a quick pickled vegetable. You know, Italian families would do a lot of canning and Giardiniera and preserving. So I was thinking about that, and I'm not doing that. But this is a quick pickle with vegetables, and you can put it in the refrigerator. And I've done this before. So I'm going to show you first how to make the liquid. You need a small saucepan, and here's the ingredients. And you can mess around with the ingredients. You need 2 cups of water. I'm gonna pour that in. And then 2 cups of vinegar. The only vinegar you really don't want to use is a balsamic vinegar. But you can, and I showed over on the other table here some of Vince's vinegars that we carry that would be great for this recipe. I'm using white wine, and I put a half a cup of a raspberry vinegar in there. So you can use, as long as you use 2 cups, you can use a combination of vinegars or just straight. And apple cider I've used before at home as well. So you want the 2 cups of water and the 2 cups of vinegar, and then you're going to put in kosher salt, sea salt, use iodized salt, a tablespoon and a half. And look at, I'm measuring. Or I was gonna. So that's 1.5 tablespoons. And then sugar. You don't have to use sugar, but I do. You can adjust this. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 3.5 tablespoons. You can go up to like 6 or 7. And then what you want to do with that is bring it to a boil. Forgot my lid again. I have mason jars. You can use mason jars. You can use just an airtight container to do this, but this shows you what one I already did. And then these are some of the vegetables I'm using. And you want to clean them, wash them, and cut them up. You can use a combination of herbs. You can use really whatever you want. So I sterilized these jars, excuse me, earlier. And you can see I'm dropping in a couple of garlic. So if you want to add a shallot, you don't want to dice this up. You just throw it in whole. A couple of those. I use small pickling cucumbers, but again, I've used, you know, regular English cucumbers or just regular ones. We have a lot of produce that we carry here at Vince's. So you can come in, get some vinegar. And this is going to go great with what I'm making later on. So you drop that in. I chose to use baby carrots. You can chop them. I'm going to throw these in whole. You want to fit in as much as you can in the jar. Kind of push it down. You know how I feel about celery leaves. So that's what I'm using. And then I have the inside of the celery. And this will stay in your refrigerator for like 2 to 3 weeks. So if you made a salad for dinner and you have leftover in your refrigerator, you can just throw it in there. I don't have any cauliflower, but cauliflower is great in this recipe. Again, a lot of Italian families do the hot cauliflower preserve. I'm sure other families do as well. Onion is kind of like a must in this. And again, this is a fun thing for if you've got time now, which we all do, teach your kids some basic cooking recipes or your significant other. And so I'm just pushing that in. I have some fresh parsley. I'm gonna put that in. What did I miss? Peppers. I have some pickling spice. You can use mustard seed. You know, you can flavor it however you want. I have black peppercorns. I'm gonna put a little more garlic in because people love garlic. And you can do different jars. Again, you can can these, preserve them to keep them shelf stable. But they're good enough in the refrigerator. I'm not gonna use those mushrooms. I'm gonna put a few peppercorns in. A few more carrots on top. The stalks of Swiss chard, the red or any rainbow chard are great in here because they taste a little bit like celery, in my opinion. And then I have, some people like spicy, I put a little crushed red pepper. So again, you can play around with, perfect timing. You can play around with your spices. All right, this smells really good. So it's boiling. As you can see, I don't have a funnel, so I made my own.
Sorry, that's not really a funnel.
It's not a funnel, it's a biscuit cutter, but hopefully it'll work. If I scream, you know it won't. So I can smell, I put in about a half a cup of raspberry
We have funnels in the back.
vinegar. I know, but I'm too lazy to walk back there. And so you can see, I can smell the raspberry. What I'm doing is just pouring it in. If I was at home, I wouldn't be using, I'd be picking up the pot. And it keeps the vegetables crisp. So you can use this, I mean, you can do a wrap or just eat it on the side of a sandwich. Enough of that. You want to leave about 1 inch on the top. So you see that recipe that worked out good. I didn't know if it would. The perfect amount for these 2-quart mason jars. Now what I'm gonna do is put the lid on. I'm not putting it on tight. I'm just putting the lid on. I'm gonna leave this out for probably like 1.5 hours or so. Then I'm gonna tighten it up and put it in the refrigerator. I would let it sit for a few hours. It's probably best the next day before you start using it. And there you go. There's a quick pickle we're leading into spring and summer, so I'm gonna come in with some lighter dishes for you to try for the next few weeks. If you want this recipe or any recipe that I have, email Donna at vincesgourmet.com. And if you want to get our weekly newsletter, go to vincesgourmet.com and put your email address in, and you will start getting it. Everybody have a great morning.